Beef prices are up 15% from last year. The cattle herd in America is at a 70-year low. And in a farmhouse in rural Kansas in 1931, a family of 7 ate beef every single week. They spent $3, not $3 per pound, $3 for the entire season. Before this video ends, I'm going to show you the exact entry from a 1935 USDA extension bulletin that documented this preservation method across 37 states. It worked then. It still works now. The American beef industry generates over $230 billion annually. A $3 system that lets a family preserve their own meat for 6 months is not something that industry wants in front of you. You already know this process. You have seen it at the deli counter your whole life. Salt-cured meats, salami, prosciutto, corned beef. Every single one of those products is beef or pork preserved with salt and thyme. You have been buying the industrial version of a $3 home process your entire life. A pound of prosciutto costs $22 at the grocery store. The salt that made it costs 11 cents. Your grandparents did not buy prosciutto. They made their own version in a ceramic crock in the cellar. Every ranch family in America before 1930 had a salt crock in the basement. Not a freezer, not a refrigerator. A ceramic crock, a bag of salt, and a cold corner of the basement. The Aztec Empire preserved meat this way for 500 years. Roman legions marched across Europe on salt-cured beef and pork. In ancient China, Han Dynasty records from 200 BCE document salt preservation as the primary method of storing meat through winter. 3 civilizations, 3 continents, all arriving at the same $3 process independently. Here is the science in 3 sentences. Salt draws moisture out of meat through osmosis. Without moisture, bacteria cannot grow. The meat becomes its own sealed, shelf-stable environment. Think of it like a dehumidifier working at the surface of the meat, pulling out the one thing spoilage needs to survive. I came across this properly last winter when the beef section at my grocery store sat nearly empty. What was left was priced like a luxury item. I drove home and pulled out old preservation manuals. I found a 1935 USDA extension bulletin written specifically for farm families across 37 states. It described the salt box method in 3 pages. Materials listed at the bottom of the last page. Total cost in today's dollars, $3. I stood in my kitchen reading that bulletin for a long time. Here is the parts list. And this is genuinely all you need. 1 ceramic crock or food-grade 5-gallon plastic bucket. Available at any hardware store. Around $8 new. Often free at restaurant supply stores if you ask. 1 4-pound bag of canning salt. Not table salt. Not sea salt. Canning salt. No iodine. No additives. Runs about $3 at Walmart or any grocery store. That is your entire investment. Now here is the method. Take your beef, brisket, chuck roast, or round cuts work best. The cheaper cuts, not the expensive ones. Cut the meat into pieces roughly the size of your fist. Mix your brine in a separate bowl first. 1 cup of canning salt per gallon of cold water. Stir until completely dissolved. The water will run clear. Place your meat pieces into the crock. Pour the brine over the meat until every piece sits fully submerged. Weight it down with a heavy plate. Cover the top with a clean cloth. Store it in a cool, dark space, a basement, a root cellar, or a garage in winter. Ideal temperature is between 36 and 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Leave it for 10 to 14 days. What comes out is something between corned beef and a mild salt cure. It does not taste like the plastic-wrapped grocery store version. It tastes like something real. Now here's the part most people miss, and it doubles the value of the entire system. The brine is reusable. After you remove your cured meat, strain the brine through a cloth. Bring it to a full boil on the stove. Let it cool completely before using again. That same $3 bag of canning salt can preserve 12 to 15 pounds of beef across multiple batches. 15 pounds of chuck roast at current retail prices runs between $60 and $75. Your preservation cost for all of it, $3. The industrial version of this process, canned corned beef, deli-cured meats, commercial brine products, adds between 400 and 800% markup to a process that costs almost nothing to do at home. Why does a pound of corned beef cost $8 at the deli counter when the salt that cured it costs pennies per pound? The answer is sitting in that 1935 USDA bulletin that stopped being handed down somewhere after World War II. Somewhere in the last 100 years, a process that every ranch family in America understood quietly moved from the farmhouse cellar into a commercial facility with a barcode and a markup. The bulletin still exists. The process still works. Every ranch family in America before refrigeration fed their household through 6 months of winter on beef preserved in a ceramic crock with $3 of salt. They did not have grocery stores open 7 days a week. They did not have freezers. They had a crock, a bag of canning salt, and knowledge passed down at the kitchen table. I do not know what brought you here today. Maybe beef prices finally crossed a number you could not ignore. Maybe you watched your grocery bill climb for the 3rd year in a row and started looking for a different answer. Maybe someone in your family used to do something like this, and you half remembered it and started searching. Maybe you are building the kind of household that does not depend on a supply chain to eat well. It does not matter which one. The method works either way. $3, a crock, a bag of canning salt, the same process that fed ranch families through the worst winters of the Great Depression. Now you know how. That's everything. Take it and use it. Next time, I am going to show you what every root cellar in America had before 1940 that keeps vegetables fresh for 8 months with 0 electricity. It costs $4 to build, and it works on any property, regardless of size. See you then.